Boch, just as far as your bullpen goes tonight, with using those 5 guys last night, anybody unavailable to you tonight?
I would say John Gray, I would stay away from. He may play catch out there and say he's good to go, but he's the one guy I would say. We will check on all of them. The normal thing we do is they go out there and they play toss, and they'll let us know, especially with Leclerc. He went 2 innings, so we'll check on him. It's obvious we'd love to stay away from him, but he may say he's good to go, and he'll be honest with us. He'll say, I need a day if he needs it.
Other questions for Bruce? I'll go to Barry here.
Hey, having not been around the earlier rounds, what's the story with your use of Hedges, that he was put in a position last night in the 10th inning to take his first at bat in the postseason?
What's
Hedges?
Yeah, what about him hitting?
Yeah, you hadn't used him. I haven't been around, but
Yeah, he's here because of what happened last night. Jonah got on time run late in the ball game. You do what you can to tie the game, and he's our 3rd catcher, so that's why he went back there, and there's 2 outs there. He's up, but he's one that's been doing the bulk of the catching as far as backing up Jonah, going in late in the ball game. Mitch has not been back there for over a month, so that's why he hit.
What's going on? Mitch is hurt that he hasn't been able to catch?
No, Mitch isn't hurt. He's playing. He just hasn't been back there. So, we were comfortable with Hedgie taking over behind the plate, and there were 2 outs, and it's a risk versus reward. So he hit. He's not he didn't get a hit, but he's capable of getting a hit. So, yeah.
I'll go to Tim right up front here.
Bruce, this seems like a game where Chapman might need to pitch for you. With all he's been through, what would you say your level of confidence is in him right now?
He's one of our guys. That's my level of confidence with him. He's one of our high leverage guys, 7th, 8th, 9th inning. He could go multiple innings. He's already said that. He knows what time of year it is, and so, I brought him in some other games this postseason, and he'll continue to go out there to help us out. You can't just have 1 or 2 guys. You need that 3rd and 4th guy to help you out in those situations.
Stefan up front to your left, Bruce.
Coach, how much, if any, did the running game alter Nathan or the rest of your staff? Did it knock them out of their games in any way?
No, I don't think so. I thought Nate actually did a pretty good job of not being overly concerned about their running game. We know they're going to run. They're athletic. They're quick. That's a big part of their game. But you don't want to get to the point of diminishing return where you're focused on the runner, and then you end up compounding the damage by making a mistake up there. So I don't think Nate was letting that happen.
Standing back left, Jared.
Hi, over here. In this era, when there's so much data and so much information, how do you explain how a player like Adolis could just sort of get overlooked by everybody in the industry for as long as he did before, coming out the way he has?
Well, there's a lot of great stories in this game, and players that, clubs didn't have a spot for them, or, they get outrighted, whatever. I think you look on both teams, you'll probably find some guys. So it's hard to say when a player is going to come into his own or mature as a baseball player, and he's certainly one of them. And we're lucky to have him. And you go back, and he's still trying to find his way with the Texas Rangers, and he became available. And thank goodness, we were able to keep him. So it's hard to explain. You're asking a question that I'm sure a lot of clubs, including us, look at certain players that went on and did great. Some things, it's probably what makes baseball so great. You don't know. And even players that aren't drafted. I mean, we got a Hall of Famer, Mike Piazza. Wasn't he going to around 60 something. So you just don't know.
Go to the second row, Sean.
So Scherzer is probable for Game 3. How he's made it'll be his third start since coming with IL. How is he? Pretty much fully stretched out at this point in terms of innings?
Yeah, I think so. He could give us length. I've talked to him about this. He's comfortable, pretty much throwing like he normally does. Maybe not quite as long as he's been over 100 pitches, whatever, but pretty close.
Got two more. Steven on your left.
Bochy, obviously, I know you weren't here last year with Jonah, but you know the workload that he ended up carrying at the end of last year kind of unexpectedly. What have you seen from him this year and how he's prepared himself to be ready for this continual work that he's had to do here and getting into
I'm sorry, who?
On Jonah.
Jonah? Yeah. Well, he went on the IL, so, he got some rest then, unfortunately. But every year you learn from. And I'm sure last year that's something he's learned how to, prepare in certain ways, whether it's conditioning in the off season, during the season, diet things, whatever it is, just taking care of yourself so you can handle the workload that, the club is looking for you to handle. Whether it's catch 120 games, 140 games. So, and I think he's done a great job of that. You watch him now; he looks great, I think, and so that's only going to get better with him.
We'll finish up 5 rows back in the middle.
Can you talk about what stood out to you most about Evan Carter's game, especially considering how few games he had coming into the postseason?
I say more than anything is his poise. He's got great composure up there at the plate, out in left field. His age, and be on this stage, and it's not a big deal to him. He's not in awe of anything. We've said he plays with no fear. He's just a special kid, I think, that's going to have a tremendous career. I mean, he's only going to get better on all facets of the game, but more importantly is the makeup of the kid. He's got that mental toughness you love.
Boch, thanks so much.
Okay.
We'll start with Jeff right here.
How are you feeling after last night, and what did you think of the bullpen's performance last night?
Creo que primeramente Bullpen trabajó súper bien. Ayer Bochy lo puso a cada quien a pitcher que no han tirado por varios días y vinieron haciendo trabajo. Siento que es algo que nosotros como Bullpen necesitamos seguir mejorando primeramente y yo me siento bien, siento que hoy puedo pichar otra vez. Gracias a Dios no hice mucho picheo y vamos para encima.
I think the bullpen pitched really well last night. I think Bochy used us really well, specific circumstances when we were needed. I think that was great. I still think that we have to improve as a unit, and at least for myself, I think I can pitch again tonight if I'm needed. I didn't throw that many pitches, so I'm ready.
Go to the back left with Nui.
My next question was going to be, can you pitch tonight here? Are you going to be on a pitch count at all tonight if you go?
No, I don't think so. I'm 100% good for pitch today, so whatever they ask me to do, I'm going to do it.
Go to Steven on your left, Jose.
Jose, I wanted to ask about Jonah Heim. What have you seen in him in the development as a catcher working with pitchers in your time that you've been teammates?
Siento que Jonah Heim ha mejorado muchísimo como catcher, como batedor, un super batedor. Como catcher cada día siento que va mejorando, aprendiendo de nosotros también y nosotros de él, porque al final del día siempre va a haber parte que no vamos a estar 100%, pero siento que cada día nos estamos mejorando cada día y como catcher él ha hecho muy buen trabajo.
I think that Jonah Heim has improved a lot as a catcher. We know that he's a great offensive player, but I think as a catcher he's really improved his game. We've improved as well working with him, so I think it's something that we both have to learn from each other. He improves as well as us when we're playing together, and I think it's something that's just going to keep getting better over time.
Good. Kennedy right here.
You've appeared in, I think, almost every game this postseason. I guess physically, how are you feeling? How are you holding up throughout this and, through this final stretch here?
Como digo, yo siempre he tratado de trabajar antes del juego para sentirme bien, primeramente, para estar 100% cada vez que me necesiten y eso me ha demostrado a mí que el que trabaja puede sentirse bien todos los días, y eso es lo que me estoy sintiendo ahora mismo.
Like I've said, I just think the preparation that I put in before every game is crucial. I think that I've been preparing really well before each game. I think that's allowed me to just go out there and, be able to perform. So I think specifically just the pregame preparation that I'm doing has allowed me to do that, and I think that I'll hopefully continue that.
Stay in the second row with Sean.
You guys have a ton of starting pitchers in the bullpen now. John and Dane, Cody, Martine, all these guys. What have they brought to the bullpen? What kind of wrinkle have they added to that unit?
Siento que cada uno de ellos ha hecho su trabajo. Primeramente, cuando están ahí, algunos no han tenido la oportunidad de tirar mucho, pero todos los días se preparan igual como si estuvieran tirando. O sea, eso es algo que nos enseña a nosotros, lo que estamos pichando, que ellos tienen la oportunidad desde que se la den. Yo sé que la van a aprovechar. Cory y el mismo Martín, el mismo Duni, ellos todos están preparándose para pichar. Igual ayer pichó Cory, creo que Duni también tiró, no me acuerdo. Pero siento que cada uno de ellos se ha preparado súper bien para ese momento.
I think that it's been great for the team. Each one of them has been preparing as if they're going to pitch any day. So I think it's an added bonus that we have there in the bullpen. You saw last night, you saw Cody come in. I believe that Dunning was also there pitching. They just brought a different element. They were there, helped us out. So I think it's really helped us out as a unit that they're always prepared and ready and helps us out.
Go to the fourth row, Dave.
Jose, is your mom still here? And what has it been like to share some of these experiences with her? What has her reaction been?
Pues para mí es algo súper emocionante, como digo, mi mamá ha sido todo para mí y ella cada vez que pasa algo siempre está ahí. Me dice que cuando estaba en Dominicana me dice que todos los juegos vivía nada más orándole a Dios y con todos los mismos vecinos en la misma casa viendo los juegos. Para mí es algo que me llena de emoción de que no solamente ella, sino cada uno de mis amigos, compañeros de allá de donde yo soy, ha estado apoyándome.
I think that it's something super special for me. My mom's always been there. She's helped me form into the person that I am today. She's there, celebrating everything that happens. She's let me know. Even back home when we were over there, she would always be there praying to God, making sure that I would do well. And not just my mother, like everyone in my family, all my friends, they've all been cheering for me. They've all been there for me, and that's something that's super good for me.
5 rows back, Evan.
Jose, Torey Lovello said earlier that the crowd last night on the Corey Seager home run was the loudest he's ever heard in his entire life. What did you think of the crowd last night?
Para mí fue algo emocionante. Primeramente, desde que empezó el juego, siento que los pitchers estaban tratando de pichar alrededor para no ponerle una situación así. Y nunca había visto a Cory tampoco emocionarse de esa manera como se emocionó también. Siento que eso es algo de admirar, un pelotero como él que nunca enseña sus emociones. Para mí fue algo que él lo hizo desde su corazón.
I think it was something that was super emotional. I mean, you could see from the beginning of the game, Arizona pitchers were pitching outside. They weren't trying to pitch, in the strike zone to Corey. And seeing that emotion come out from him was something that was really inspiring. It was really emotional seeing that from him. I just think it's something that, it's been really great for the team.
Do 2 more, 5 rows back.
Jose, can you talk about what it took to come back mentally after that Game 5 loss in the ALCS to be able to pitch as well as you've been pitching since?
El juego que perdimos aquí.
Del juego 5, sí.
Sí. Para mí, yo siento que ese día no fue fácil para mí después del juego, pero tenía que seguir hacia adelante. Ya eso es lo que pasó, no podía hacer nada por él. Por eso, cuando Bochy me dio la oportunidad, yo dije, voy a aprovecharle 100% para hacer lo mejor que pueda, y eso fue lo que hice, gracias a Dios.
I think it was something that when it happened, it was kind of difficult for me to try to move on from that. But then Bruce Bochy was just, he had the trust in me. He gave me had the confidence in trusting me right away in the next game. So I think that just helped me put it away in the past.
Jose, you're one of the guys that's been around for the longest around here, and you've been through a lot. You were here for the 102-loss season. You've been through the injury. What's been the turning point for both you personally and for this team that's kind of gotten things back on track? And how well do you think things are set up to continue success in the future?
Tú eres una persona que estuviste aquí desde que, ¿verdad? Tuvieron la temporada que perdieron 102 juegos. Has sido parte del cambio, ¿verdad? Que han mejorado. ¿Qué tú sientes que fue clave para ti personalmente y el equipo y la franquicia que han podido cambiar y han tenido, ¿verdad?, los logros que han cosechado?
Pues para mí, yo siento que este equipo siempre ha tenido un buen bateo, siempre tuvo una buena ofensiva, pero el picheo cuando cogimos los pitches, los abridores, eso nos ayudó bastante. Tenían un buen bullpen en el momento. El equipo, desde que llegó, todo el mundo se unió como si fuéramos familia de hace mucho tiempo. Siento que eso fue lo que nos dio la oportunidad de hoy estar aquí.
I think that as a team and a franchise, we've always had good hitters. I think that our batting numbers offensively, we've been pretty good. I think that before the beginning of the season, we saw that the franchise went out and signed some starting pitchers. I think the pitching has been key, the players that they brought in. And then when we came into spring training, we just all behaved as a family. We all felt, that we were together, and we've just been a good, cohesive unit, and that's how we've been able to be successful.
Jose, thanks so much. Continued success. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, guys.